Welcome, everyone, and welcome back to those who are joining us now for the second day of these webinars focused on apprenticeships in the Houston area. I am Sally K. Janes, Associate Vice Chancellor at San Jacinto College for Continuing and Professional Development, and I facilitate the Houston Area Apprenticeship Advisory Council that is the sponsor of this webinar series celebrating National Apprenticeship Week. What I'd like to ask all of you all to do is to be sure that you have muted your audio for today. And I know we will have the spotlight on the speakers, so we really don't need to worry whether you want us to see your face or just your name. We'll take either one. But today, we do have three great industry representatives with us. One is for the electrical technician, another representing an association of builders and contractors, as well as one for our new trend in cybersecurity. So we look forward to hearing those three presentations. But first, before we move into those presentations, I would like to introduce you to Lee Price, or should I say Commander Lee Price, U.S. Navy, retired. Lee Price hails from Clompton, Alabama, where he graduated from Abbeville Christian Academy in Abbeville, Alabama. He attended the Naval Academy Preparatory School in Bainbridge, Maryland, and graduated with a Bachelor of Science and was commissioned as an ensign in the U.S. Navy from the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. He qualified as a surface warfare officer in March 1979 and completed flight school and received his wings in March 1982. During his career, Price participated in the Mariel Boat Lift, Kuwait Liberation, Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Desert Calm, and the Balkan crises. He retired from the Navy as a commander in October of 2005. He has master's degrees in national security from the U.S. Naval War College in Newport, Rhode Island, and education from Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia. On retirement from the Navy, he served as the training director for Austell Shipbuilders in Mobile, Alabama, where he and his team built the largest U.S. DOL registered apprenticeship program in the state of Alabama. We certainly need to learn from him. He then became the Arkansas State Director for the U.S. Department of Labor Office of Apprenticeship, where he served for 6 years before his recent appointment as the Texas State Director for the Office of Apprenticeship, DOL, here in Texas. Welcome, and we look forward to hearing some words from you, Commander Lee Price.
Thank you, Dr. Jane. Happy National Apprenticeship Week to everybody, and happy Veterans Day to all the fellow veterans out there. Thank you to the Houston Area Apprenticeship Council for allowing me to say a few words to you this afternoon. By 2004, this country was in a difficult situation. As the baby boomers were retiring, we didn't have anybody coming up in the next generations to be able to take these skills positions that they occupied. All the experts agreed that apprenticeship had to be part of the solution to that problem. As we've seen in the last few years, it is a big part of the answer. The previous administration challenged us to double the 325,000 apprentices by the end of the decade. We've done that. The current administration set the goal to produce 1 million new apprentices in 5 years. Even in the COVID environment, we're on the glide slope to be able to do that. In Texas, we have just short of 550 apprenticeship programs and 20,000 apprentices across the state. Pre-COVID, we had a little bit over 21,000, and we expect to be back to those numbers here very soon, but we're working that one. We produced 103 new programs in Texas this last fiscal year that ended on September 30th. National Apprenticeship Week, which we're celebrating here, recognizes and promotes apprentices, employers, and sponsors of the benefits of apprenticeship. It's a nationwide celebration this week, celebrated all the way to the White House. There are several different pieces of this program, and I'm going to real quickly tell you what we get out of this. Apprentices. Apprentices themselves earn while they learn. We incorporate that model. They're paid to learn a skill and gives them the opportunity to complete on-the-job learning with related instruction that trains them into the job that they're going to be doing as a career. It's the occupation that they're going to train for is what they'll be doing. Employers. Employers have the opportunity to train their own future workforce. We help them set up a program to train like they need to train in their own business to produce a loyal, skilled workforce for what they do. Sponsors. Sponsors have can take advantage of the numerous grant programs and different incentive programs that are out there to create apprenticeships. There's a lot of them, and there have been a lot in the last few years. It's a win-win for all. These programs change people's lives, particularly the apprentices, by enabling them to complete the training that will give them a career and put them in a good lifestyle for life. There are over 1,400 plus occupations that we can choose to be an apprentice in that are approved by U.S. Department of Labor, and we're approving more all the time. These occupations are either time-based, meaning that they have an associated time with the training. Normally it's 2,000 to 8,000 hours, and that's 1 to 4 years, with the on-the-job learning, and a minimum of 144 hours per year of the program is what we recommend with USDOL. There's competency-based. Competency-based kind of does away with the time. There's a list of competencies that an apprentice has to complete, although all programs have to be at least 1 year. Once you complete that 1 year, once you complete the competencies, the training is completed. And then there's a hybrid. Hybrid is a combination of both competency and time-based, where there's a minimum and maximum time set to achieve a relative competency while completing the training. We here at USDOL Office of Apprenticeship are here to help. We work with very closely with organizations such as the Houston Area Apprenticeship Council, the Texas Workforce Commission, Veterans Administration and Commission, and many other of the workforce regions and centers here throughout the state in order to answer your apprenticeship questions and help you establish a program if you determine this is the route you want to go. We have 2 apprentice training representatives in the Houston area. I know many of you have worked with them, Mr. James Carnes and Mr. John Lavin. They're permanently assigned to the Houston area to assist you and answer your questions and help you get established if that's where you want to go. I'm also available, and so is my regional director, Dudley Light. We can answer any of your questions and help you establish a program. Please continue to hear the success stories that you hear today when you see these companies that brief you on what they've done and the successes that they've enjoyed through apprenticeship. Ask your questions this week, and if we can be of any assistance to you, please don't hesitate to call us at any time. I want to thank you for allowing me to say a few words to you this morning. Dr. Jane, back to you.
Thank you so much, Lee. We really appreciate what you have to say, and I can certainly attest to the fact that the folks here in Houston do help us, that you help us, that Dudley helps us. You know, everybody has been a tremendous support with all of the different apprenticeships that we at San Jack have started to develop, and those that we work with, as well as all of our other community college partners. So let me say a thank you to you and everyone in your realm of responsibility that goes out to help us. Thank you so much. And one thing I forgot to point out in my opening today is that this Houston Area Apprenticeship Advisory Council is made up of community colleges, ISDs, and public education, as well as industries that have registered apprenticeships. It is very inclusive. It is not exclusive. The one thing that we do require is that you are a part of an active membership. Your name is just not on a roll. And so if you are interested in becoming a part of this committee that meets monthly on the 3rd Wednesday of the month, please let me know, and we're certainly happy to include you. And now to go on with the rest of our program, I would like to introduce Roger Pombrel from, excuse me, Emerald Electric. He has a wonderful presentation to share with you.
Let me see. All right, I'm muting myself. Good afternoon. Thank you, Ms. James, for this opportunity. My name is Roger Pombrel, and I'm with Emerald Standard Services Electrical Contractors and Engineers. I will, okay, host disabled participant. If you wouldn't mind, I have a presentation I'd like to share the screen. I believe I don't have the.
It's on now. I do apologize.
Let me see. Very well. Okay. Can you all see that a green slide with a National Apprenticeship Week logo? All right. I believe.
Yes,
Very well. Welcome. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. So as Ms. James was indicated, my name is Roger Pombrel, and I'm with Emerald Standard Services, Electrical Contractors and Engineers. We are a full service electrical contractor here in the Houston area. We've been in business for 18 years. We focus mainly on Class A, commercial and government facilities. And we're family owned and operated. My father, who serves in the advisory committee, is a member, and he's the owner, majority owner, still is. We're licensed. Our company is both a licensed electrical contractor and a licensed engineering company. Both my father and I are licensed, professional engineers in the state of Texas, which gives us and makes us a little bit different from some of the other electrical contractors, is that we have full in-house design build capabilities. And of course, we have a U.S. Department of Labor registered electrician apprenticeship program that in-house that we started back in 2013. And so we welcome the opportunity today to join you and be able to present, talk about our company and our apprenticeship program and what we're doing. Thank you. So that is a little bit, some pictures of our team. Everybody working, and we're a big happy family, and as you can see from those pictures, and we truly are, and that's I like those pictures because it captures that spirit, and it all begins at the top, and from a father down. As I mentioned before, we specialize in critical operations facilities such as airports, hospitals, colleges, universities. We work at the University of Houston, Houston Community College. We haven't worked at San Jack, but we did work at San Jack. In water plants, municipal work, and even up to prisons and even military bases. So this to give you an overview that when you join our company and work for us, you're going to be going to some, a lot of facilities with a lot of very, specific requirements. And that is something that you all need to understand for the moment you set foot, is that it's not about us, it's about our customers, their facilities, respecting the rules and regulations and all the rest. So there's some pictures, like, you can see there, there's the control tower that recently went up last year at Ellington Field. We were the electrical contractor of that project. In the middle, you see Texas Southern University, the new library that was put out there, 180,000 square feet. We were a part of that project. And on the left is UTMB Lake City, the new medical plaza that they built out there, a new garage. They've been growing a lot at the UTMB in Lake City, and we were a part of that work recently, since 2 years ago, and finished it last year. So as I was saying, how do we do, we go about, doing what we do is, we have a design build mentality. Like I said, we have a team of engineers that supports, our electricians in the field. Safety is at our core. We're members of the Construction, Career Collaborative, C3. And so that makes it all of our electricians are OSHA 10, and our foremen are OSHA 30. All our supervisory team is OSHA 30. We are very committed, obviously, on employee training. That's why we began our apprenticeship program, a long time ago, to make sure that we provide a pathway for our workers that, from entry level, they can, progress, with the skill and knowledge they need to become, fully licensed, journey workers and hopefully master electricians. And at the end of the day, it's all about trust and respect. It's about, building strong relationships to deliver exceptional value. That is at the core of what we do. It's about trust and respect, and that begins with our employees. We build a team that trusts each other, that respects each other. And once that's in place, then that allows us really to serve our customers, and with excellence. Okay. And I just want to make sure that everybody watching this presentation, if you're looking to become an apprentice, with our company, is that's what you're going to get from us, and that's what we're going to expect from you: trust and respect. And that is earned every day. That's not something that is just given. It's a two-way street, and we strive as a company to build that, and that we expect it as well to our employees, so that we can provide exceptional service to our customers. So about our apprenticeship program, we run an in-house, electrician apprenticeship program, fully accredited and registered with the U.S. Department of Labor. Our apprenticeship program is an industry-driven, high-quality career pathway, where aspiring electricians can obtain, pay to work, and classroom instruction, and a portable at the end. You'll obtain a portable, nationally recognized credential. Number one, like I said, if you join us, you'll be expected to accept a position, with the work on the type of projects that we do. It's a full-time, these will be full-time positions, 40 hours. And it will, the expectation is the whole program, the apprenticeship program, is to run 4 years, 8,000, man hours, 2,000 man hours, labor hours a year, which is pretty much on average 40 hours a week per, the 52 weeks of the year, minus some vacation time and all the rest. It is self-study and with classroom learning. So one of the important aspects of it is that, you need to go at your own pace. We'll provide you material, and you need to study. Once a month, we do meet, at our offices, and there's some, classes that we do hold in the evenings. And I'll get on that in a little bit. We do provide mentorship. You're going to be under the supervision of a skilled, journey electrician, as well as my master electricians. My father's a master electrician. We have several master electricians in the company that will be involved in different capacities on the projects. Okay. And as I was stating, at the end, you'll get a fully portable, credential that, there's credits, to further your education that will allow you, that once you complete your apprenticeship program with us, to further, your career in other areas as well. As I stated before, you will be hired as an electrician apprentice, 40 hours a week, not guaranteed, but it's the expectation. It goes both ways. And there can be some overtime, depending on the project and what's going on. You're eligible for company benefits. There's a 90-day waiting period for that. But there's health insurance, paid holidays, paid vacation after 1 year, and you'll be eligible for those benefits. You'll be rotated through the different projects that we have, and you will be under the supervision of an electrician. As I stated, these are some of our electricians and apprentices, working on some other projects, conduits, and pretty much, you'll be going through all the different areas of the discipline. The classes are held at the companies, our main office and located in Pasadena. They're scheduled in advance, once a month. They're typically held between 5 o'clock after hours, after you're done working, and be 5 to 9 p.m. More or less. Good thing, we'll feed you, we'll give you snacks. Typically we buy pizzas or some other stuff, so that'll be complimentary, so that we want everybody to feel comfortable, have the energy to do it. Pretty much that's pretty standard for all apprenticeships. Training, if you're working full time, the training will occur at hours, off work. Okay, you'll be provided a copy of the National Electrical Code and the books and all the rest also as part of the program. Here's some nice pictures of our facility. We have a big room that we set up. And one of the good things, like I said, and even especially recently with COVID, those are some recent pictures, we can space everybody out. And, one of the things about construction you got to understand is, we were, an essential service, from early on in the pandemic. So we remained pretty active. We observe, social distancing, face masks, antibacterial, washing our hands. We've been doing that from, since March. I remember as a construction company, pretty quickly, I do a lot of public work, and a lot of the entities that were saying, go home, hunker down, stay away. We were working at Metro, City of Houston, and we were blowing and going. We were busy, and One of the things about construction is, we're familiar with OSHA standards, safety, and we just, picked up a new standard, new regulations to abide by. And fortunately, we've been able to stay, healthy and keep working. These are some of the textbooks. Of course, you'll get a copy of the National Electrical Code, which is, our Bible for us electricians. And, we have the textbook, which explains the electrical systems per the NEC. And we also have our own lesson plan that we, provide for you guys, our apprentices. So here in a quick overview, it's a pretty comprehensive program. My father put together the presentation. Like I said, my father, he's the owner, master electrician of the company. He's also the lead instructor for our apprenticeship program. He has 40, maybe more years, 50 years already of experience in this. So he put the lesson plan together, and it kind of outlines, for you what all the different things that you're going to be studying and also doing on the job as we move along through year 2. As you can see, all the hours, how they rack up, the core modules in year 2, all the lessons in alternating currents, motors, electrical lighting. You can imagine, as an electrician, you're going to be getting into a lot of conduit bending, learn how to do that, grounding and bonding, circuit breakers, year 3, you get into load calculations, a little bit more elaborate, stuff, transformers, motors, and all the rest, right? What students get from a program, well, you get to become part of a respected industry. As electricians, we have the safety of folks, of people in our hands. Electrician, doing electrical work is all about, making sure that we build safe facilities. Fire hazards are always a risk. So this is a very serious, profession. And you're gonna get, and because of that, the compensation of electricians typically is above, other, trades and construction. Okay, and so you got something to look forward to. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of more responsibility and skill and knowledge and technical knowledge, but a good electrician, is never here in Houston, never lacks work. You can always find work. We have benefits, as I said before, paid vacation. We have 401ks, health insurance. And like I said, you're going to have the opportunity to become a journeyman and a master electrician. And like I said, you're going to be looking at $70,000, $80,000 a year, at that point, within 4 years. Maybe you're at, 40, 50, 60. The money, does increase pretty quickly if you're a good, solid commercial electrician. And like I said, it can be the springboard if you got larger goals and you want to be an engineer. Becoming an electrician is a good stepping stone. Like I said, I'm an engineer myself, but I just enjoy, at the end of the day, I enjoy building, things. And so I encourage everybody to look at the field of electrical, contracting and join us. For more information, you can talk to Martha Cabrera, who's our human resources manager. That's her email address right there, martha@emerald-standard.com. And our phone number, 713-473-1000. That'll, get you to the main line, and you just ask for Martha. We're located in Pasadena, as I mentioned before, on 520 Preston Avenue. And we're here Monday through Friday, right? 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., maybe a little bit later, but if you want to come in and all that, those are the hours that we can talk to you guys. So I really appreciate it. That's my presentation, and it looks like I'm right on time, 1:30. I was allotted 15 minutes. If you got any questions for me, I don't know.
Yes, we do. One question out there is, do you have any available spots for your program this year?
Okay, so this year, basically, no. We're in November. We typically run, and I was talking to Roy about that. January is when we have open enrollment. That may probably be good timing. Of course, this has been a challenging year because of COVID, and we've been fortunate to stay busy, but we've seen roughly half of our work of the usual, not be there. And I've gotten a lot of work, a lot of bids, and then things getting postponed. So we're fully staffed right now. Of course, I always say, everybody is welcome to come and apply, put an application, and express their interest, and then we'll have it for the time when there's positions open. The way some of the projects are looking right now, January if these projects don't get further postponed, which we hope that they won't, there will be more opportunities, come January. So this is a good timing in November for everybody to start considering, what they want to do, and then, come visit us in November. But if you want to come by and chat, before that, our doors are always open.
Thank you, Roger, so much. And we really appreciate the fact that either you or mostly your father attend our committee meetings. So thank you very much for your involvement there. There are two things that you spoke to that I would like to expand upon. And one is the benefits of an apprenticeship providing the trust and respect between the employer and the apprenticeship. That is really one of the top things on everybody's list. And it all comes under that category of loyalty to the company that cares enough about their employees to really put them through a registered apprenticeship with all the bells and whistles that go with it. So I think everybody will hear, I'm glad you mentioned it, but I think others will be mentioning the same thing because that's the value of an apprenticeship. The second thing that I wanted to expand upon was the fact that an electrical technician really has the opportunity to expand and enhance their education. And one of the things that this committee also did was to work with many community colleges and other industries, as well as the Texas Workforce Commission and the Texas Higher Ed Coordinating Board, to set up a crosswalk. We have 18 crosswalks that help individuals when they complete their apprenticeship and become a journeyman to go to a community college in their area, and based on that community college policies and guidelines can get credit in those technical programs that can start them on the way to their Associate of Applied Science in those areas. So, that's something that we can also build on here, and apprentices need to know that that's a part of it. They can even start their gen ed courses a bit earlier than the time at which they finish their apprenticeship. So thank you for bringing those two things to light, Roger, and we look forward to our future work with you. Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
And now we'll move on to Dale Sanford, who's with, excuse me, who will present for the Gulf Coast Builders and Contractors Association, and he will share many, many things with you. Dale, the floor is now yours.
Thank you so much. Before I get started, I want to take the opportunity to, on a special day, to thank all the veterans and active service members for everything they've done for this country. Thank you all so much. We have a PowerPoint for y'all today. We get this posted up here. Go back to the first one.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, go to your over here.
Yep.
Next one. There. So hello, my name is Dale Sanford. I work with the Gulf Coast Bill Wright Partnership. I'm the coordinator for the Apprenticeship Readiness Program Multi-Craft Core Curriculum. The Building Trades Multi-Craft Core Curriculum, or MC3, is a North American Building Trades Union, or NAB2 program. The MC3 is administered by the Houston Gulf Coast Building and Construction Trades Council in conjunction with the Gulf Coast Bill Wright Partnership. Next slide. North America's Building Trades Unions sponsors comprehensive apprenticeship readiness training programs, or ARPs, throughout the United States. These programs provide a gateway for local residents focusing on unemployed, underemployed, women, people of color, and transitioning veterans to gain access to building trades registered apprenticeship programs. The ARPs are administered by state and local building trades councils, and they teach NAPTU's nationally recognized multi-craft core curriculum, or MC3. Local building trades councils have jurisdiction over their territory. The ARP MC3 cannot be administered without the local building trades consent, and it is recommended the course be taught by a building trades member. Next slide. Apprenticeship readiness programs are sponsored by state and local building trades councils in partnership with the Joint Apprenticeship Training Committees, their training coordinators, and signatory contractors. We also partner with local community groups such as Workforce Solutions, Baker Ripley, Sir Jobs, Higher Houston Youth, as well as government agencies such as local municipalities and ISDs, both community colleges and secondary schools. ARPs teach the multi-craft core curriculum, or MC3, a comprehensive 120-hour apprenticeship preparation curriculum. This is a pre-apprenticeship program to prepare students to transition into the Department of Labor registered apprenticeship programs. The Houston Gulf Coast Building and Construction Trade Council's ARP MC3 program is the first and only of its kind in the nation to receive the DOL Quality Pre-Apprenticeship Recognition Certificate. Next slide. The MC3 was specifically designed to provide opportunities for underserved populations in the construction industry, including unemployed, underemployed, women, people of color, and transitioning veterans. Recruiting is an 8-week process, beginning with outreach to our partners, such as ISDs, Workforce Solutions, or Jobs, and Joint Apprenticeship Training Committees. Prospective applicants schedule interviews, applications, and math assessments. We collect all the required documents from the applicants. This process ensures that applicants want the career path that we are offering, which is a career in construction, and can follow assigned tasks and rules. Next slide. The following are requirements to be considered for the program. If any of these requirements are not met, the applicant will be excluded from program consideration. Among these requirements, we want to emphasize that this is a drug-free industry. We will drug screen the applicants prior to acceptance into our program. The JTCs, the employers, also drug screen the apprentices. We also want to say that veterans are offered preferred entry into our apprenticeship programs and our MC3 program. These requirements must be met for our ARP MC3 program because these are the same requirements that must be met to transition into the Joint Apprenticeship Training Committee's registered apprenticeship programs. This is just one of the ways we vet our students for the apprenticeship programs. Next slide. The Houston Gulf Coast Building and Construction Trades Council is in search of people with a strong passion and love for their occupation. There will be days our apprentices will question why they chose to dedicate their future to this occupation. Is it simply for a paycheck? If this is the case, they will likely not make it through the years required to become a journeyman. Think of this as a boot camp for our apprenticeship programs. If you can't make it through our 3-week course, you will not make the 3 to 5 year commitment to an apprenticeship program. We want applicants that want a career in construction and can follow rules. The ARP MC3 program has a code of conduct that is set up to parallel the rules of a construction job site. If an employee shows up late too many times, is absent from work, or breaks job site safety rules, they will most likely be terminated. Likewise, if an ARP MC3 student is late 3 times, is absent twice, or is written up for 3 code of conduct violations, they will self-eliminate from the program. The code of conduct is one of the reasons why the Joint Apprenticeship Training Committees value the ARP MC3 program and feel that it produces better apprentices and employees. The code of conduct is another way we vet our students for the apprenticeship programs. Next slide. The multi-craft core curriculum is 120 hours, 3 weeks, 40 hours per week, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Lunch is provided to the students so they don't have to leave the premises. This class is no cost to the student. This curriculum is broken down into 3 sections, 9 chapters consisting of safety, education, and training. Next slide. Upon completion of the MC3 class, the students will attend a graduation ceremony where they will receive their Apprenticeship Readiness Program certificate, OSHA 10 certificates, CPR, and first aid certificates. At this point, we assign each student a career coach, which stays in contact with that student to assist entry into their chosen apprenticeship program and career path. Our ARP certificate provides these students with the opportunity for direct entry into 7 apprenticeship programs and opportunity for preferred entry into 3 additional apprenticeship programs. Due to the human factor, we make no guarantees for apprenticeship program acceptance or employment. Next slide. This photograph of a previous MC3 class shows our diversity along all spectrums. Next slide. MC3 programs are ladders to the middle class. Building trades apprenticeship programs serve as a pathway to middle class career opportunities. Good pay and benefits offered by the building and construction trades contractor partners. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, median weekly earnings in construction for union members in 2016 was nearly $400 higher than that of a non-union worker. We do not offer jobs, we offer careers. Our apprenticeship programs are an earn while you learn program. The apprentice will work 40+ hours a week where they will receive their on-the-job training and attend apprenticeship school 1 or 2 nights a week where they will receive their technical training. The apprentices will also receive at no cost to them health care for themselves, their spouse, and their children. The apprentice will also receive a pension plan at no cost to them. These benefits are part of a negotiated package paid by the signatory contractors. Next slide. Registered apprenticeship equals the other 4-year degree. Not everyone is college bound, so we consider our registered apprenticeship programs as the other 4-year degree. These apprenticeship programs are 3 to 5 years, depending on the craft, where the apprentice will learn a trade while providing a middle-class lifestyle for themselves and their family. These earn while you learn training programs in the building trades have been assessed for college credit. Many building trades apprenticeship programs also have articulation agreements with local community colleges. Once students complete their apprenticeship, they have the skills, nationally recognized certifications, and transferable college credits they can take anywhere in the country. Next slide. So thank you for your time and interest in our program. I hope this presentation was helpful and informative. For additional information, please visit our website or reach out to us via phone, email, or visit our Facebook page. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them at this time. No questions? Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you, Dale. We certainly appreciate your presentation. It had a lot of good information in there. And I've gotten some side emails from some folks saying how much they appreciate the presentations and the information they're gaining, particularly for themselves and their students. So thank you. Next, we will move on to Dale Basile with the Texas A&M Systems, and he's going to tell us about a new apprenticeship in cybersecurity. most of you all realize that in the past, most of the apprenticeships were strictly in the trade skills areas, but now they're really opening up, and we all know cybersecurity is a high demand area, and certainly the security is in high demand. So I turn it over to Dr. Dan to share with us what they're doing.
All right, howdy. Hopefully everybody can see this. My name is Dan Basile. I'm with the Texas A&M system. I am currently the director of statewide cybersecurity services, and here to talk a little bit about cybersecurity apprentices. So I went today to a website called CyberSeek. They are probably the most conservative website in the US right now that is tracking active cybersecurity jobs. So right now, as of this morning, we're looking at about 500,000 current job positions open in cybersecurity alone across the United States. When you take that and extrapolate it across the world, we're looking at several million. Last I heard was probably about 2.5 million open jobs currently across the world. And this is growing at an exponential rate. When we looked at these same numbers about a year ago, we were probably only seeing about 200,000 open jobs across the US. Of course, like everything else, COVID slowed down a lot of hiring. Even I can't hire people right now. It is what it is. But nobody is really slowing down around things like election security. Of course, we saw lots and lots of people get hired across the state for that. We have a lot of new fun DoD regulations. So anybody messing with the federal government, they're going to need a pile of cybersecurity analysts very, very quickly. Now, what we're continually running into, unfortunately, is to be a cybersecurity analyst, you need not only a 4-year degree typically, or a minimum a 2-year degree, but also multiple years of experience. So you have companies asking for you to come in with not only the degree, but hands-on experience, but how can you get the hands-on experience unless you've actually gone to work somewhere? It's this massive catch-22. It's an absolute hot mess. There are very few places that you can go right now and get that entry-level hands-on cybersecurity experience so you can actually go be productive in the workforce. The other problem that this map really shows is that there is such a demand, there is nobody out there to actually train anything. As we look at just Texas alone, I mean, we're looking, I believe they were actually the highest here in Texas, right around 66,000 open positions here. They're looking for not only entry level, but mid-level, high level. It's crazy. And nobody can teach those entry level people to actually, do real work because you're sure not going to learn it inside of a classroom, unfortunately. Just like I wouldn't expect anyone to be able to learn every single thing there is out of any of these other apprenticeship programs in a classroom. You just can't do it. So the Texas A&M system stood up a security operations center that covers all of these organizations across the state. The system has, what are we at now, 11 universities, I believe 8 state agencies. You may have heard of groups such as TTI, who loves to crash cars and build new infrastructure surrounding road safety. We now have the Texas Emergency Management. They're the fun groups hanging out in Austin, well, all over the state, but doing a lot of the pandemic response. This SOC is designed to use students and apprentices who are working towards some sort of degree to get that hands-on experience monitoring all of these organizations, as well as other public sector groups spread out across the state of Texas. Because there is such a significant lack of people out in the workforce right now within cybersecurity, when you start looking at the cities and counties across the state, they can't even begin to afford those entry-level positions. So how can we use all of this work to be able to train the next generation of cybersecurity analysts? And that's what we ended up building out. We're very excited. We're adding more and more cities and counties on a regular basis. This team also is used as the first round of incident response anytime there are cybersecurity incidents across the state of Texas. This past August before last, we unfortunately had a very large ransomware incident that spread out across the state of Texas, taking down multiple cities and counties. We actually had student apprentices working out of Austin, providing 24-hour incident response capabilities, and actually helping police departments come back up online, helping city water systems get back online, and stopping the threats as they were coming in. So the Texas A&M system actually has built out a very large research and education campus here in Aggieland, Bryan College Station. The Rellis campus, I believe at last count, was just over 2,000 acres. And we have multiple degree programs that are coming out of that facility. Not all are, formal degrees. Some are certification programs that are coming online, but each of these programs target a different type of cybersecurity analyst. Blinn is producing, they have a 2-year degree program that is looking to produce those entry level. We're going to take care of your cybersecurity stuff, run your antivirus, find the bad guys on the network, that sort of work. Texas A&M Commerce is building out a 4-year degree that is doing kind of that next level up from there, as well as adding a lot of the business operations, a lot of the risk management side. You also have the Texas A&M Engineering School has a master's degree, which is going to be producing those higher level managers, those thought leaders in this industry, as well as a PhD program that is also coming about. And that one will be producing the next round of people developing the new encryption algorithms and other fun things along those lines. The new thing that has come about, though, that we look to kick off this next September will be a certification program. This is a 1-year certificate program based out of potentially anywhere in the state of Texas, where you're embedded inside of a security team, gaining that hands-on information, those hands-on experience for the whole year, and working through the apprenticeship. But you're also getting those classes that were talked about prior, very similar, where you're going to get information on privacy and how to set up networks and what certificates do you need to have on the back end in order to meet those expectations that industry is pushing out there for us. We are looking to target individuals both coming out of high school as well as out of the military, or also those that are looking to transition. What we have found is a lot of people who are looking or who are good at cybersecurity jobs aren't always coming out of your traditional computer science or computer engineering. We've actually found music majors and psychology majors, business majors. It's really doesn't matter what that background is, but more we're looking for thought processes. How good are you at puzzles? Your level of, sticking with it. So we're targeting lots of different people to go into these positions. All right. And I think that's basically it. I tried to make this short and sweet. If you're interested in this, shoot us an email, scs@tamus.edu. Don't forget the S, otherwise you're going to talk to Student Health Services, and they don't know anything about cybersecurity apprentices, unfortunately. But please send us an email. Please keep in touch, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Dan, I have some questions for you.
Yes, ma'am.
If you could go back a slide to show what, here we go. Is there an apprenticeship at each one of these, or is it strictly this certification program? What is your apprenticeship? How many hours, how many classes? And do you all find the security teams for the OJT? How do you bring all of that together as a true apprenticeship?
So we actually don't care which one of these programs you come out of, to be completely honest. If you're part of the certification program, you're going to be registered as an apprentice. Any of these others, we look for students. We have ties into all of those education programs, and all of those are validated as places where students can go and gain those classwork hours. Our program is a competency-based hybrid program. We have competencies that map back to the cybersecurity NICE framework. And we expect that most individuals are going to be done within 2 years of part-time work or 1 year of full-time work.
Okay. And so you all have actually registered this. It's your RA.
Yes, ma'am.
So let me ask, because we've got some community colleges on the line here, and you said you wanted to work with them in all areas of the state. Is there a way that, because when we look at this Houston area, and we're looking at these students from high school, and I've encouraged a couple of people that have called me about cybersecurity apprenticeships to come today to hear what you had to say. But they're in the Houston area. So how do they from whatever area they come from, how do they get into this apprenticeship program? Is there an application process? What does an individual have to do to become an apprentice in your cybersecurity apprenticeship program?
So today, I will admit, we've only had this program around for 3 months now, 2 months. So this is brand new. I'm learning a lot. I wish that I had a nice, pretty webpage that I could send people to enroll to be an apprentice today. But that is something that we're working towards as we move on. Right now, where we are is we have the individuals who are interested to actually come approach us, or we have a position posted on our website. And we interview them just like they would for anybody, any sort of job position. And we really start looking for, do they have that interest in cybersecurity, that passion, as well as that drive to be able to solve puzzles and such. For those individuals out there who are interested in working with us, at the community college level, the biggest thing we're looking for are places that we can place students as we move forward. We'd be glad to work as those mentors. And as this certificate program comes along, there are classes that are embedded in that we can use irrelevant to where the student is across the state. Today, we're working with the Department of Information Resources out of Austin. They run a SOC that covers the all government facilities there in the Austin area. And we look to have students there that are Texas A&M students living in Austin, working full time in that facility, completing their apprenticeship objectives, can't talk, and hitting those criteria that we have outlined. So this is fairly new. I'm more than glad to reach out and talk to people on this. There are a lot of acronyms being thrown around today that in the background, I'm sitting here looking up what some of these acronyms are. So this is a lot of fun, and I appreciate you guys having me around.
Okay, well, there are two questions out there in the chat room right now. And one is, what is the basic starting pay?
So once they leave the apprenticeship program, it really depends on where you end up. The average pay that most of my apprentices are getting into are in the $50,000 to $75,000 range. The ones that are specializing in specific areas, I just had one that signed a contract for $125,000, and I had another one that signed a contract for $150,000 doing penetration testing and U.S. audit. So there is a significant amount of money that can be made in this field. But it really varies based on what you go into and where you work. I mean, a city or a county can't pay that much, unfortunately.
Well, and I think this question may also go to the point that when you become an apprentice, you're sort of at the low end of the totem pole. So what would their pay be as they're doing this work, these 2,000 full-time hours as a beginning apprentice working towards the completion of that apprenticeship? What would that starting pay be?
Yes, ma'am. So we start at $12 an hour today. And that's mostly because I can't get the leadership at the A&M system to raise that right now. I'm working on that. And then our journeymen are sitting at $13 an hour. And then at the end of this, we move to $15 to $17 an hour. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. The next question is, could someone with a 2-year AAS degree in IT, desktop support network, but not cybersecurity, join the program?
So today we are tied back to the educational arm. So I have to have them enrolled in something starting in this next September with the certificate program. Absolutely. No question. We'll be taking people from all different areas. Because that is my classwork right now, is using that educational arm.
Okay. And then a follow-up to that, this same person asked, is the apprenticeship program a paid apprenticeship like some others? Well, there's a difference in an apprenticeship and an internship. Not all internships are paid, but all apprenticeships, if you're registered with the Department of Labor, are paid. That's a requirement.
Absolutely. Yes, we absolutely pay for the work that's being done.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Dan, and know that, you know, we're glad that you're on the committee and we'll be able to share and work together here on all of this. So thank you so much.
I appreciate all y'all's support. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, we're finished a bit early for today, but I thank everybody for being here and participating and encourage you to join us tomorrow. We'll have two great presentations. One will be coming from the Gulf Coast, excuse me, Construction and Millwrights Training Trust Fund. And they do a great business. They're good partners. They've been with this committee since the onset. And then also we have a new partner here with TD Industries, and they will be presenting tomorrow as well, all about their apprenticeship and the work that they do in this area. So thank you for being here today. Let me see if there are any other questions or comments. No, don't see anything more for today. So I hope that you've enjoyed it. And more than enjoy, I hope that you've learned from the webinar today and look forward to being with us tomorrow. Thank you so much.